Hey, it's me, Baba Did a Dre, and now it's time for my review of Nintendo's E3 2017 Spotlight. Keep wanting to say press conference, but I finally says Spotlight this time. Uh, Hopefully, I can continue to say that. But, I'm just going to talk about the games and maybe some other parts that they mentioned at the treehouse or uh, that was mentioned at another press conference. But anyways, I'm skipping the little montage at the beginning. The first game they actually talked about is Xenoblade 2, and the trailer pretty much show off more of the stories rather than the gameplay. Though they did show off the gameplay at the treehouse. Uh, the story is pretty much uh, this kid found a sword, which is also a anime girl. I guess that's Japanese games for you. Uh, It looks pretty interesting. It's still scheduled for a holiday 2017 release. We don't have an exact release date yet. But I guess depending what other games come out during that time, maybe I'll pick it up. I'll probably at least pick it up, earlier in the springtime. But, it's still a fun game. It still looks like a fun game nonetheless. The second game is actually a first review of the newest Kirby game, which is just titled Kirby for right now. Uh, it looks fun. It looks pretty good. I like the teammate mechanic that they show off, but I get the feeling that Kirby is suffering from new Super Mario Brothers syndrome. What I mean by that is that pretty much all the 2D games looks pretty much the same visually. I mean, got pretty much the same bosses. Well, right now only Wispy Red seems like to be the only boss, but it feels like more the same. Nothing completely wrong with that, but I think it's time to take Kirby to the next level. Maybe not like a 3D platformer. I heard that the development team had trouble making a 3D Kirby game, though that was during the N64 or GameCube era. Maybe it's possible with today's technology, but I don't know. I just think they need to experiment more, at least visually, with Kirby, put him in a different setting. Next is some Pokemon news. They talk a little bit about Pokemon Tournament. The I believe he's the director of the Pokemon company. He's not the creator of Pokemon, I don't think. But they confirmed that a Nintendo Switch, a Pokemon Switch game, a core game, has been officially announced. They didn't show off anything, of course. I feel like due to the backlash of the Pokemon Direct that was a week before this spotlight, due to the negative backlash of that, I think they were forced to confirm that they were making a core Pokemon game. Otherwise, they would have saved that announcement for possibly next year's E3. Uh, and speaking of something that they only just announced but not showing any gameplay, Metroid Prime 4 is officially announced, and this got the biggest reaction of all the games that was announced at E3. Maybe even more than Undertale getting a physical copy on the PlayStation 4. Uh, I was too excited for this game, but to say that this game announcement, just showing, pretty much the title screen, won E3 in general, I think that's, well, if we could take a couple of steps back here, and I'm not trying to uh, shame people for, getting excited about this game, but I think saying this announcement alone, say that they won E3, I don't know, it feels like if game companies catch on to this, that you only need to announce, a game without showing anything off to quote unquote win E3. I feel like to go take advantage of that, especially if the game's A, not in production already, and B, will most likely take 3 to 5 years to get ready. Now, Metroid Prime 4, even though it's not being developed by Retro Studios, I think this game could be out at 2019 at the earliest. They say they were starting development, and I'm assuming the Pokemon Switch game is coming out in 2019 as well at the earliest. And if that's the case, that's a pretty solid lineup already for 2019. For 2018, well, we get to that after I finished this video over here. But uh, Metroid Prime 4, it's great to have confirmation of that either, that too. Excuse me. And the next game is Yoshi. Uh, Again, just a working title coming out in 2018. Uh, yeah, this was completely overshadowed, by the Metroid Prime 4 announcement. Gameplay wise, it looks pretty fun, at least interesting. Uh, I don't know, Yoshi game seems like it's too simple that, and nothing wrong with simplicity, but I feel like it's like too simple that, it sucks out the fun. It's just pretty much going from A to B. Uh, Maybe if there's a bit more puzzle solving, in this game, which it looks like there's a bit of that. Uh, Maybe this game would be better than I expected. It kind of reminds me of Kenora, that how Yoshi can shoot eggs in the background. All it just does is make me wish there was another Kenora game, coming on Nintendo console, like Kenora 3, or at least port the Wii version in the Nintendo eShop. But next is Fire Emblem Warriors. Uh, they show off more of the story than gameplay, though they show off a lot of gameplay at the treehouse. I think this is pretty much Nintendo's strategy from here on out until they decide to mix it up again, is to, at the spotlights, to show a trailer of mainly the story and show the gameplay off at the treehouse event. Interesting strategy, but this game is prepared to release in fall 2017. To talk a little bit about Zelda DLC, maybe they're spending a little bit too much time on that, but pretty much the hard mode is coming out in July 2017, and the Champion Ballad coming out in Hardy 2017. They didn't really give too much detail on the second DLC, but many people assume that it's just an expansion of the main story, mainly about the champion and how Link interacts with them. For those who play there's a sort of Breath of the Wild game, you get like some brief cutscenes with the champions, but that's pretty much all you get. I don't think either of the champion would be playable characters. I mean, it'd be interesting if they are, but I think at best we get more development from these characters than Mario plus Rabbit Kingdom, which I'm glad to show off at the Ubisoft press conference, so they have some presence, from a third party company at least. The game looks pretty decent. It's a turn-based RPG with some strategy. Well, RPGs usually does have strategy, but pretty much it looks interesting, to say the least. I'm not entirely sure to get whether or not to get that. I guess again, depending on what other games comes out. It's coming out August of 2017. They did give an exact release date, but I'm kind of breaking on the exact date. But I'm sure it's August 2017. They also announced Rocket League. It's pretty much a port, but with some Nintendo exclusive content, some special customization. Didn't even give too much detail on that, except for showing a Mario hat on a car. But it's nice to have something exclusive from them. And then they end the show with Super Mario Odyssey, which, I mean, I thought I knew this game before, but pretty much the main part of the trailer is that they show off Mario controlling different enemies and items, objects, and this. I mean, I thought I was super excited when I first saw it at the Nintendo's presentation in January, but this one is put up in a whole new level. The only thing I didn't like about, well, technically, it's not the trailer, it's the Nintendo Spotlight in general, that it kind of ended abruptly. The press conference only went on for 25 minutes, which I knew beforehand. So I kind of doubt how much information is, Nintendo is going to release. But once the trailer ended, it kind of just ended abruptly, and it makes me want to see more, even if it's mainly 3DS titles. Like the Samus Return trailer that they show off at the Treehouse. Uh, I mean, I know people are more focused on the Nintendo Switch at this moment, but I think that would have been a nice thing to show off at least. But overall, I think the Spotlight was pretty good. It was a lot better than I expected. If I had to rate it, I would give it probably a 7.5 out of 10. That's the same rating I gave Sony. Sony's weakness is spending too much time on certain games, and they could have cut that down, make it a bit shorter. While Nintendo's is that I felt they didn't show enough, even though the stuff that they did show off was pretty awesome. Uh, I'm glad they confirmed, a core Pokemon Search game and Metroid Prime 4. I think that alone, excited like a lot of fans. But overall, I think E3 this year in general was okay. I think it was better than last year, though I don't think we're going to get that big E3 high that we got like maybe 5 or 10 years ago. It feels like E3 in general is feeling less and less important, and I have a feeling that Nintendo's going to show off something new in the next direct, which I'm assuming it's in the fall summer, probably in August or September. I'm saying this because if you look at the games that's coming out in 2017, we got ARMS in June. Well, as of this recording, should be out by now. Then we have Splatoon 2 in July. In August, we got Mario Press Rabbit Kingdom. In September, nothing is actually confirmed, but I'm assuming it's Fire Emblem Warriors, since that day is on fall 2017. In October is actually Super Mario Odyssey. I think that's going to be the big November game. That's just these well, for Nintendo published games at least. Spots empty for November and December. Now there's Xenoblade Chronicles 2. That could be the big November game, but I think putting it there would get buried against the other competitions, like Call of Duty, Assassin's Creed, etc. I mean, I think it would still do well, but I feel like putting it in December would be a safer bet. So, assuming that Nintendo is putting out one more game in one of those months, and I know this is a crazy theory on my part, but assuming that there is one more game, I have a feeling that they're going to announce it at the Nintendo Fall Direct. And, well, if I have to guess the game, well, it's most likely a port of a Wii U game, and, well, the only game I can really think of off the top of my head is Super Smash Bros. Switch. I think the only problem with that is that we already got, like, two fighting games, which is Arms and Pokken Tournament. Oh, hang on, that is the September game, so I'm not sure where Fire Emblem is going to fit in all that. But but yeah, I'm predicting that there's going to be one more surprise in the next Nintendo Direct in terms of 2017 games, that is. But we gotta wait and see about that. But overall, I think the Nintendo Spotlight was pretty good, but I wish it was a bit longer. This is me, Bubba Daddy 3, and I hope you're looking forward to the games that's coming out this year, whether it's from Nintendo, Sony, Microsoft, or even just a third party. Catch you guys later.